Well, at least I turned my mic on. I was over there messing with. So I actually probably need to go over there and get that out of that. I don't really want it to sit in that vat for an hour. Okay. Oh, of course it stopped spinning like right as the show is getting started. Hello, welcome to Pieces of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. Sometimes I have poor timing. We have a good time around here. It's kind of a goof off show. In general, like we're goofy. Like I'm a goofball. Probably because I inhaled too much of this stuff. Turned on a little right. Looks like we missed part of the sword. So I did a 3D print of it's Deadpool. It's a little bust of Deadpool. So we'll see. We'll see how that. I've almost got my Elgu back to working again, which is great. Like that Elgu is it's a fun printer. It's a 4 Ultra. See, it's a nice. It's a nice piece of equipment. But yeah, so woo, it's gonna be peeing all over things. He needs to go somewhere else for now. You should just go on that plate for now, and you can finish peeing over there. Instead of peeing on me, because that's gonna. Oh, my paper towels are all over here. Anyway, that stuff can really. Be careful with that resin. That stuff can really mess you up. Luckily, that was all coming out of the cleaner. So now it's just gotta finish dribbling all of it. It's got holes in it to let all the liquid out. We just gotta let it finish doing that, and then we can put it in the curing machine, and we can cure it, and we'll be done with all of that. We'll have a Deadpool bust to paint, maybe. I'll have to take a look and see what's going on. Looks like there's one little piece that didn't print properly, but I might be able to just fix that. So we'll have to see. But that's not what we're doing today. Today we're doing some more sketches. Just as soon as I get done doing all this introduction stuff. I had a lot of stuff going on around here lately. Getting ready for another show. That's why I'm printing up these busts. Is to get ready for a show, because we're gonna do. I'm not talking away from the mic because I'm an idiot. So yeah, we're gonna go to. There's another toy extravaganza. Eric's Toy Emporium doing another toy extravaganza, and we are going to go. Pieces Pat Paints will be there to sell things. But we're gonna kind of change up what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna do like. I'm gonna try to get a hold of a bunch of more like superhero busts and stuff like that, and paint those things up. I think people will buy that more than your standard little action figures for D&D and stuff like that. That's kind of a niche market. So, and most of the things that these people are looking for are more like the old classic toys and that sort of thing. So I feel like if we can get maybe a group of that stuff going, that might work out better for us as a making a lot of problems. Anyway, woo, right. So I feel like that would just be better for us in general. Hopefully, hopefully I can get it to work. I've got one of my bolts doesn't want to come out of there. It's a long story. The newer systems have a better clamping mechanism, luckily. So, there's that. Anywho, except we've been drawing things. I did a little bit more work off camera, starting to get things kind of set up and ready here. Decided we didn't need a lot of this other stuff. Just kind of, so you get to a point where you've gone through your what you started off with as far as the look of things. And once you get your inspiration going and you kind of got all of your depth and blocking done for everything, you can start kind of fleshing stuff out, if you will. Really telling. It's a real big telling spot right there that would help us with that bit. This little doorway is going to need to curve in just right there instead, just because of where they're standing. I'm trying to put a hatch back there. Just because the hatch would look, I think the hatch would look great. No real other reason. Doors and the like. I'm really just trying to kind of simplify a few things out here. Hey! Hey, somebody's grabbing a banh mi. Gotta get it. Get it. Just got out of the dentist. I love it. Yeah, banh mi's are so delicious. Okay, now I gotta remember his arm is right about here. Wednesdays are usually a bit of a slower show, so I'm kind of not expecting a whole lot of folks to stop by. Oh man, although I do have a really crazy ass story. Last night, so I'm sitting there in bed just kind of goofing off, reading some things, and then I started playing some video games, and I had said something on a deal where this guy had been doing it was just he was trolling, and I was like, bro, you got to be trolling, man. Please tell me this is trolling. Please tell me you're trolling. And man, and he got like way bent out of shape about it. And then at one point, this dude starts talking about like how he starts talking about some things he shouldn't be talking about involving my daughter, like my daughter. I'm like, whoa, bro. Like, way to take it there, man. It blew my mind. It blew my mind. I mean, like, you always there's the stereotype, of people of a certain type, and then then you meet one and you're like, whoa, bro, like you totally just went straight there. You just went straight there, like of your own free will. Like no one made you go there. No one like forced that upon you. You just chose that. You chose to say. You chose to say those things out loud in front of people. No one made you. No one made you. Say those things. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah, you just never know, man. You never know these days. People are wild. Absolutely wild. You just don't know you don't know what people are going to say or do anymore. It's craziness. here is really give your cross hatches some real. It should be nice and clean to give yourself some real depth and some depth of field. And that cross hatching is really going to help us determine what's what, like what's a wall, what's not a wall. And you could do this with regular shading too. They do a lot more cross hatching and that sort of thing in your regular comic. And as things get refined, you can see how we're just going to start picking out harder details. Harden what we've done. Let's see, that was a 6. I'm going to flip over to 2. That's the 8. 2. So I kind of want to make this look like maybe there's a light hitting it, right? Kind of see. We'll go back to just to take a look at our storyboard again. Just to see where we're going from. So you can see we've got our concept drive here. So concepts in the thumbnails, how we want our story to go. And then we'll start doing our concept sketches to match up with the storyboard that we drew out. And that's essentially all you do when it comes to putting together comic books. Now, of course, you've got to come up with you've got to come up with the stories, and you've got to actually draw it and all that stuff. That's the hard part. But the essentials. If you just want to do it for fun, kind of like I'm doing here, this one is. I don't expect this to go anywhere or anything, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. And that's, to me, that's why I'm doing it. And again, you could use colors if you wanted to. And we may do that. We may come back. Because, so typically how you do this is I'm going to sketch all this out, this next round of sketching, put all these in. And then once I've gotten all that done, then I'm going to come back, and you can either a lot of artists, like comic artists, like to use light boxes where they'll put this paper on on a white box. It's like basically like an iPad, really, that's turned way bright, and it sends the light through the paper, and you put another paper on top, and you ink out the next part. Now I don't know if that's what I want to do. I almost want to put like something there. Then we'd have to do the. I think I'm obsessing way too much over it. That corner, I don't really like that corner. But again, we're probably just gonna leave it. Back to that 6B here, really keep just kind of going back and forth between the two different types of pencils. Okay, we gotta figure out what we want to do with this floor too down here, but we've got plenty of time before we gotta worry about that. Start some sort of bank of computers or something right there, just to fill this little gap. We don't want this little gap behind him, if we can avoid it. So just something. Give it a little bit of depth and such. We could even do it here. Add some sort of instrument panel. A lot of this stuff doesn't have to necessarily mean anything. You're just trying to help add to that perspective, make it look like it's, you know, going down the tunnel or whatever. In this case, the ship, the hull of the ship, the submarine that they are on. Or that they're supposed to be on. For those of you who are in the know, you know this isn't really a submarine. It doesn't have to be anything crazy back there. Just kind of the idea that there's a door. Some sort of a secure door back there. We may even might need more of that for collar or what. And we'll fix more of that when we get him drawn in. You're really trying to keep refining and refining a sketch until you got it to where you like it, and then you move on to the next cell, and the next cell, and the next cell. Just got to start kind of thinking about how your shadows are going to work. Where are my shadows going to be? Where are my actual hard lines at? You know, how is this submarine lit? Like, what are the places that would have look like? How are we supposed to light them? Why would we light them? You know. Harden in all these lines. You can do a lot of different types of blending. You can do more, it's a little bit more traditional shading than a comic book style shading, you know. But do what works for you on whatever project you're working on, is what I'll tell you. I've seen people draw so many different styles of comics that, like, there isn't just one style anymore. I started drawing stuff like this again, and my daughter's like, "Oh, you should make it manga," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, maybe we'll make one manga, but." I don't know that I want to make all of them manga. Definitely make everything back in here a little darker than everything in the foreground. Probably everything on this edge here. See where I accidentally got a little too deep with that. That pencil, but it kind of works out for us. We can get dark on this back wall here. Actually, we'll go with the 8 next. you go up in the numbers on the B side of pencils, you're getting like softer and bolder. I like to say buttery. It gets more buttery. I like that too. It really helps frame all the people in the front. It's going to help us kind of stop focusing so much in the back. Bring these guys out more. Gives us that chance. I like that spot on the sub two, on the side of the sub two. I think I want to make, or not sub, the whatever this tube is. I don't even know what it is. So we're back. This is our two. I'm trying to just make it look like there's a light shining. Now, what about this floor? Really got to figure out this floor. Something like a grate, maybe? That's kind of fun, right? start working them in soon. For now, I kind of want to get an idea of what I'm looking at exactly from the foreground to the front, you know, or background to the foreground. Get all that in place. I want to get a lot, because you kind of want to work from like this side down if you can. It's not always possible, but if you can, it's super helpful. We have a basic idea of what we're looking at too, so kind of where these guys are going to be, kind of where this point's going to be, and that point's going to be. I know a lot of folks like to keep their thing taped down in one place. I can't do that. I gotta be able to move it around. I don't know why. Just kind of how I draw, I suppose. Oh, man. Okay. So now we're starting to get, like I said, now we've got that depth. It looks like they're standing inside the submarine. We've got pretty much everything blocked up down, and we're coming down the page. Now we got to start messing with face and see how that goes. Faces are always fun. For those of you who don't draw all the time, definitely recommend that you practice faces. Practice them a lot. You get better at it as you go. And man, listen, there's millions of tutorials out there on what you're looking for as far as how to draw a face and da 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 da. And, find one you like and go from there. Mainly, what you want to do though, got the basic shape of his head right. So I know his head's gonna kind of curve. He's talking this direction or kind of straight at us, maybe. I kind of like it more to the side, so we want to kind of create that 3D plane of his face, right? So we want to imagine this is like a hoop, right? And we don't need that other line there, but it exists, right? Same thing again here. Pretty easy. Now we can work in a bit of the nose and the eye and the brow and all of that stuff from there. Noses are weird. Sometimes you're gonna create a nose through shadows. Sometimes you're gonna actually draw the bridge. It just kind of depends. This guy definitely got some eye sockets here. Alright. And you start taking out these lines as you go. When speaking. Okay. I don't like that mess. We'll mess with that just a little bit more. We're getting closer though. super difficult. Especially when you start getting down to where, you know, you're dealing with things this small. A lot of comic guys draw on a much bigger board than this, and if we go to a more, if I decide I want to mess with it that much, and we go to more of a, we'll get down into that sort of thing, then I'll show you how that works. Because there's a fast and easy way to do that. That ear's too close. It needs to be a little bit further back. When I was a kid, I used to just like put, it's kind of funny, but I used to put, like basically make everybody have glasses. Because glasses are like way easier to draw than eyes. So I would like, when I was a kid, I did a lot of that. I was like, man, I don't necessarily know how to draw when I want to draw, so I'm gonna punt. I think I even used to call it punting, like, ah, crap, I got to punt this. And it's true. It's like, it was a lot like punting. It's like I didn't really know what I was doing. Still too dark. I need a shadow down there, but I don't need. There we go. Let's see. I think this needs to come up just a touch higher. trying to, what you're going to do now is you just kind of bring in a little bit of some texture to the clothing. As far as like shadows and depths. I'll do a little bit of shading in it too. Remember, you can get things pretty straight with cloth, but it's never going to be fully straight. And there's always shadows, always textures, always something going on. Forgive my pocket. I don't know that that's in the. I don't know that that's in the actual. Piece, but it's gonna look good. Maybe some buttons. Really kind of help make him start to look more realistic. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna move over to this guy here, give him a little bit of fun. Okay, so he's a little different. He's got a side profile, but we're still gonna kind of look at the same things. We've got 1, 2, and then that's our front bill here. We do know it needs to stay rounded. He's looking at him talking, so we're going to have his brow somewhere right around this area. And with this one, we really do get to draw the nose in. And the fun thing about working with comic in a more of a comic style is that you're not looking for perfect human forms, right? We're not. It doesn't have to be an exact replication of a person you've seen or whatever. You can, if you want to make that close, you can do that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, honestly. Heck, if you're a realist drawer, then heck yeah, man, go for it. That's awesome. But it's not necessary. Your ears are right about where your jawline is. So, set the jawline, set the ears. Oof. Not liking that. See, you just start kind of slowly adding in your characters, bit by bit. We're slowly getting something together. A lot of fun. And again, like, you just want to kind of have a good time. If you're not having fun with what you're doing, then you're not gonna stick to it really. You know, another thing is just like, don't take yourself too seriously either. Most of the best art people I know definitely do not take themselves very seriously. It's not counting me. I don't count myself as one of the best art people. I know. I actually feel like I'm slightly mediocre. I just kind of I like doing it, and I like talking about it. So here we are. Apparently you like listening to people talk about it, or else you would not have clicked on this video. At least that's what I keep telling myself, right? Oh, we're there. 56 minutes in. Time to start wrapping this thing up. Let's take a look at Deadpool here. Maybe it's finally dripped out of that. Not exactly. Maybe a lot of it out. But yeah, that didn't turn out too bad. Do some little bit of adjustments, and you can see where it started to peel off. Can see a little bit of delamination right here too. That might. I'm sure those failed. That's why that sword didn't print. The rest of them looks like he's doing okay. Yeah. Hell, I might be able to just fix that. Make a little sculpt of the rest of that sword. That's a fun print. Really think it needs to be another. I think it needs another wash. Probably do that in water. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Let's get this pulled back. So, like I said, you know, keep working on comic stuff, and we'll keep working on different things, and you know, look for some more shorts. If you haven't checked out, I dropped a short on one of the dwarves from a while back. I dropped it yesterday. The one riding the Griffith, pretty cool little guy. I'm gonna drop another short today, maybe again tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta go back to work tomorrow though, so I'll be gone for the rest of the week. I'll be back next week to do another show. So come back and see us. I'm not sure what I'll be working on by next week. I might be still working on this comic stuff. I might, heck, we might paint Deadpool here. I don't really know yet. So, it just kind of depends on what I feel like, right? So, hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Yeah, be good to yourselves. Be good to somebody else. Be good to people you don't know. We'll talk to you later. Bye.